Welcome! If you're new to yoga, the traditional sun salutation with all its jumps and fancy moves can feel a bit overwhelming. So today, I'll show you simple modifications so that you can practice safely, avoid injury, and gradually build both strength and flexibility. We'll begin with a gentle warm-up and then I'll take you through a few rounds of beginner-friendly Salutation A. Let's begin seated. Interlace your fingers and then start rolling out your wrists. And then change direction. And then change again. And again. One side always seems a bit harder. And then release. Bring the hands behind your back and interlace the fingers. As you inhale, lift the chest up, lift the heart, and draw your knuckles down to the floor behind you. And then exhale, bring the hands forward, interlace the fingers, flipping the palms forward, and then round the back and bring the chin towards your chest. And again, inhale, hands behind you, lift the heart, and then exhale, flip them forward, round the back. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Come to neutral position and exhale here. As you inhale, extend the left arm up and then exhale, lean over to the right side. Inhale, switch arms, right arm up, and then exhale, lean over to the left side. Again, inhale, switch, exhale, lean. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, lean to the right, and this time hold it here for a moment. And see if now you can find even a little bit more room. Maybe you can reach farther. One more breath. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lean to the left and hold here. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, release. Walk the hands forward and come to all fours position on your hands and on your knees. Then as you inhale, arch the spine, lift the chin up, exhale, dome the back, chin to chest. And then continue through cat and cow movements, inhaling as you travel up, exhaling as you travel down, and draw the chin to the chest. And find your own rhythm. One last time. And then return to neutral position. Bring the knees wide apart, big toes touching, and then send the hips back towards the heels for child's pose. Reach the arms forward, bring the forehead to the mat, and you could stay here or bend the elbows and press the palms together, fingers pointing up to the sky. Continue breathing steadily. And then release, reaching the hands forward as you inhale. Come back up to all fours position on your hands and knees. And then tuck your toes under, lift the knees off the mat, and start shifting the hips back and up. Keep the knees bent and just keep pushing away, lifting the hips high up behind you until you feel that your back is really long. You want to really emphasize that length across the back. And here in downward facing, remember to spread the fingers wide, actively push the floor away from you. And of course, the knees can be bent. If you can straighten the legs without rounding the back, then you can do so. If it feels uneasy once you straighten the legs in the lower back area, then simply bend the knees again. If your knees are straight, but the heels keep hovering above the mat, that's all good. You are still doing downward facing dog. It might be that you're just naturally flexible in your ankles and your heels naturally come down to the floor. That's also fine. So find a version of downward facing dog that feels the most wholesome for you. Remembering to emphasize length across the spine. Let's take one more breath here in downward facing dog. Relax the neck, allow the head to just dangle heavy. And then with the next inhale, start walking to the front of the mat. Keep the feet about hip width distance apart, knees bend. And see if you can make contact between the rib cage and your thighs. That might mean that you have to bend the knees a little bit more. And then hold onto the opposite elbows and allow the upper body to relax here. And then release, reaching the fingertips to the floor, and slowly start coming up to standing so that you don't get dizzy. Once here, you can choose to keep your feet hip width distance apart in that parallel position. You can step them a little bit closer together, or you can step them all the way together. It is really up to you, whatever feels comfortable. And you might find out that once you fold forward, feet together is not the right option for you. And you're welcome to change the position of your feet. And then, as you inhale, start reaching the arms out and up. Press the palms together, arms in front of your face. As you reach high, lean the head a little bit back and then look up towards your thumbs. Then from here, exhale, start folding forward and finding a forward fold that works for you. So that might mean you bring the hands to the shins, or Maybe you bring the hands to the floor, but bend the knees. If you're comfortable with the left folding forward with the legs straight, you could also do that. But since we're talking about beginner sun salutations, I'm assuming that it's probably not so comfortable here for you. So bending the knees is a good option. And then as you inhale, lift the head, elongate the spine. Again, you could be lifting from here with the knees bent, or you could be lifting from here, hands on your shins with the legs straight. And then with the next exhale, somehow you have to get your hands down to the floor so you can step back to plank position. And so bending the knee is really the best option. And then step back into plank position. Inhale here, holding it strong. Push the floor away from you. And as you exhale, lower to chaturanga. But I know chaturanga is a tricky position, so if you can't quite do it just yet, then lower the knees down to the floor. And slowly, with control, start lowering your whole body all the way onto the mat. So this is a great way to build strength. Working on those negatives of slowly lowering down will help you build the strength that's needed for chaturanga. And if bringing the knees down to the floor, it's a little bit too easy, like you feel that it's not really much effort, then as an alternative, you could lower directly from plank, simply lowering slowly, 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 slowly down until you're on the ground. Okay. Once you're here, next comes upward facing dog. But upward facing is a big extension in the spine, and it might not initially feel comfortable for you if you don't have any background in dance or gymnastics. Then what I would recommend is simply switching it up for cobra. It's a much gentler back bend, and with time and practice, it will eventually take you to upward facing dog. So for cobra, leaving the feet on the ground, pressing them to the mat. As you inhale, lift the head and chest up, finding a height that works for you. So maybe you don't come up as high. Maybe you come only to here, pressing gently away from the floor. And then as you exhale, you can come to all fours position first. And then tuck the toes under. And again, send the hips back and up into your downward facing dog with your knees bent or straight, with the heels up or down, whatever is comfortable for you. Remember about length across the back. Push the floor away from you. Elongate, relax your neck. And hold for another 2 deep breaths. And then with the next inhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Lift the head, lengthen. Again, finding a variation that works for you. Hands on the shins or knees bent, fingertips on the floor. And then exhale, fold to your legs. Inhale, start coming up to standing. Reach the arms out and up. Press the palms together. And then exhale, release. Let's do it twice more. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Elongate and exhale, start folding forward. Reach down. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank position. And let's take an extra breath here as a way to build strength. Inhale here, and then pick the way you want to lower down. You can bring the knees down first or directly lower from plank position. Once you're down, inhale, lift the head and chest up, gently pressing away from the floor with your hands. And then exhale, all fours position. Tuck the toes under, shift the hips back and up into downward facing dog. And hold. For the next inhale, step or walk to the front of the mat. Lift the head, elongate the spine. And exhale, fold to your legs. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms out and up. And exhale, relax the arms, stand tall. One more time, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward, reach down. Inhale, head lifts, elongate the back. And then exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank position. Inhale here. And then exhale, lower. Your choice of lowering down. Inhale, lift the head and chest up to cobra. And now, if you start to feel that cobra position is already quite comfortable and you'd like to try upward facing dog, then you could easily transition from cobra to upward facing. So once you're in in cobra, tuck your toes under and then roll over the toes to bring the chest forward and up. And remember, in upward facing, your legs are engaged and your thighs and knees are completely off the mat. So you only support it on your hands and on the tops of your feet. Elongate the neck. One breath here. And then exhale, roll over the toes into downward facing dog. And breathe. Then lower the knees down to the floor, big toes together, and set the hips back into child's position. And this time, reach the arms back alongside the body to relax your shoulders completely. And then bring the hands beside you. Inhale, push yourself up into a seated position. Well done for joining in today. I hope you found those tips helpful. And just remember that if you apply them regularly, over time, you will build the strength and the flexibility to go through sun salutation in a really fluid and comfortable manner. So for now, enjoy the journey, and I hope to see you in one of my other classes. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great day.